Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary between Diggity and Moletrap, and unbelievably, Mind is up 2-1 on Bisu. But this is Loki II, and Loki II, in my opinion, extremely favorable towards not just protoss in general, but definitely Bisu. As you can see, Mind starting in white in that upper right-hand corner position, and it looks like Bisu starting in the left-hand position. I think that was orange. But really, I feel like this kind of favors protoss because when you get the early 3 expansions, basically a protected expansion, a easy to hold natural expansion. With those 3, basically with the 3 gas, you can easily go to carriers, and I feel like Loki II is really favorable towards carriers. Usually the match I like to see, instead of Protoss versus Terran, I like seeing Protoss versus Protoss on maps like these.
Well, yeah, that's because, like, Bisu versus Stork on this map was the best game ever. I don't know if it's really Protoss favored. Personally, I don't think it is. Bisu, interestingly, by the way, just since it's going on, actually sending out that scout early this time. The last several games he has not been sending that scout out early. He's been just going, kind of depending on Mind to do his normal thing. He might be, suspecting that Mind might be doing something funny since he's got a lead, you know, kind of like swinging on an 0-2 pitch. Or he also might be suspecting that Mind will block off his ramp, since it's easy to block off your ramp and still take an expansion. And he has blocked off his ramp. Let's see if Bisu can get in there. But yeah, I don't think this is really favored against Protoss or for Protoss necessarily. Yeah, Mind blocks his ramp. No scout for Bisu. I've always wanted to see a Protoss player use a pylon trick to squeeze through that kind of block, though. That'd be awesome. I think I saw it done
to kill
once.
that SCV out front first, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah, that is. Anyways, I mean, the 3 gases are just as good for Terran as they are for Protoss, in my opinion. There's that many more factories. You can have pumping tanks.
I think it's harder for the Terran to take that natural expansion that's unprotected, though, because the Protoss player can move up with those Dragoons. And really, you have to wait on siege tech first, and by then, the Protoss player could do anything. Really, this is kind of, Mind is doing something right. He's denying information, and Bisu doing that, gonna take that protected expansion first. But yeah, Mind is doing what he needs to do. He's denying information, but at the same time, he's getting kind of denied the scout, and we'll see if he manages to get out there. We'll see if Bisu decides to block his ramp and kind of deny information here.
I probably will, just because, you know, usually kind of expect Bisu to do that kind of. I mean, it'd be easy to just put a zealot on that ramp and do so, and he knows that scout is coming. His expansion is not on that the expansion, unprotected expansion to the right of his base, Bisu's base. I'm talking about. Now Mind going in there, and yeah, he is moving to set up that expansion. Wow, Mind just squeezing that SCV past. He was not able to get the zealot out in time to block that ramp. Good work by Mind, squeezing it past there. I'm not really. Maybe Bisu just wasn't paying attention at that second, and Mind is going to go and scout that nexus there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen a game. I can't even remember a game on this map where that didn't happen, where players didn't both just expand quickly. Maybe once or twice, but oh, except for when Mind tried something silly against Xavier on this map. But
you can't see. This is a perfect savior map, though. 3 expansions, all easily defendable, all with resources right there. I mean, it's. I think he just.
And 3 gas, most importantly.
Yeah.
Bisu getting a forge. That's interesting. I wonder why he's getting a forge. That's weird. He might be going for level 1 weapons. Maybe for eventual Templar or something like that. That's a possibility. It's kind of weird that he's getting it so early, though.
Carriers are really strong in this map, so maybe he's going to take that natural expansion, just try to defend it with cannons, and immediately.
What is it with you and carriers?
I'm just telling you.
Bisu doesn't go carriers very often, and you're like every map you're like, dude, Bisu's gonna go carriers, I think.
I'm just saying, on this particular map, he has 3 easily accessible expansions and 3 easily accessible gas. It makes sense to go carriers, especially because this is Loki II, and you can just protect yourself across the map artifacts all the way on that ridgeline into your opponent's base.
Yeah, when you're Bisu, you usually don't need carriers. I say usually because, what the fuck? Mind is up 2-1? What the fuck? It looks like he's just using that forge, though, to kind of protect that ramp. Gonna pick off that SCV. It looks like maybe, yeah, the cannon's gonna get in. Oh, he does come in time to get within range to kill off that SCV. It looks like he was able to get a scout in. I don't know if you saw the singularity, but that's not gonna be a big deal. Okay, so Mind getting an Academy up, he's not going to get caught off guard by Templar again, I guess, because Bisu's gone for Dark Templar a couple times in this series.
Really what I want to see is I want to see any Terran player against Bisu get a starport and go Wraith just to deny, because you can see he's trying to build against that Templar, against kind of that Reaver drop, and I feel that when you get that Wraith out, you can actually just go after that shuttle and kind of deny that early drop.
Oh yeah, that's I've seen the most effective thing against the shuttle is to have that Wraith camped in the right spot, because then you know, if it's a Dragoon in the right spot, or not a Dragoon, but Marines in the right spot, it'll deny it a little bit, but usually they can still run around, but the Wraith will just be able to chase the shuttle down. Definitely seen that work really well a lot of the time. Instead he's going for a command center though, trying to get that third base going. Trying to go for a very long-term game, I guess. Bisu kind of going in and just kind of harassing there. Yeah, so he's getting those comsat centers up. He does not want to get caught with his pants of comsat down, I guess. Getting an expansion up. Bisu, interestingly, has not gotten another expansion. I kind of would have expected him to start going towards that by now, especially if Mind has as well. Especially since he's got to know from the last several games that Mind does go for a large economy. I mean, he's done that pretty much every game. He's gotten more economy there. He's getting a starport up. I don't think it's... You know what? It might have the Wraith out in time for shuttles. Because it's going to be a minute for him to get rid of Reavers.
He could also be going drop, because you do have that protected natural expansion. People tend not to put the defense, but we'll see, and as you can see, Bisu going for that third expansion now. And the robotics facility, so going Reavers. But as you can see, that one cannon out, so maybe a cannon, a Dragoon, should be able to basically protect against any size decent drop going back there, just because cannon's very good against, I mean, it just constantly hits everything.
I wonder if that's why he got the Forge, is because he was denied that scout, and he thought that Mind was being so emphatic about denying the scout because he was doing something tricky, I guess. So maybe he suspected that. Maybe that's why he got the Forge. Might have been expecting cloaked raids or drops or something like that. You know, it's just a spot. He is building a Wraith, though. He's not going for dropships. Not at first, at least. So, very smart. Even if he is going for dropships, it's very smart of him to get that Wraith out first to deal with the shuttles.
And that's also going to give him a degree of
Reaver out, though.
It's going to be the Reaver out. We'll see if he loads it up with Dragoon. That's yeah, he's going to get that Dragoon in there. No, actually going by that Dragoon. No, he's swinging around to get it in again. Anyway, but with that Dragoon, he could use a bit of micromanagement, basically, to unload the Dragoon to take care of the Wraith. But
wow, Mind knows where he's going.
Yeah, as you can see,
he's going over there. Although Bisu is sending out some forces on the ground as well, so he might be going for either just a push, and he's going to use that Reaver as part of a push, or he could be doing a distractionary drop and then pushing in the front as well.